Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's video I am drawing a piece in soft pastels for Junicorn. This piece is inspired by one of my favourite YouTubers. Her name is Leontine van Vliet, and I apologise if I said your name wrong. But she does absolutely beautiful pastel pieces, often a beautiful sky, some sort of sunset with animals silhouetted against the background. So that is the effect that I am going for in today's piece. I'm using Faber Castell mini pastel sticks for the sunset in the background, and then I go in with Koh-i-noor black pastel pencil to do the silhouette at the end, and I will talk to you a little bit more about that later. This is actually my first time using this paper, which is the Fontaine pastel mat, and I really liked this paper. It held on to the pastel so well, and I could layer several times one on top of the other and blend on the paper, and I just got such a vibrant result. When I've used papers in the past, if you put one colour and then try and add another colour on top, it will just push the first one out of the way, or you try and blend and it just pushes the pastel off of the paper. So I was really impressed with this paper, and I'm hoping to carry on and use this in the future. The only problem that I really ran into with this paper was that it was so, I'm going to use the word grippy, that when I blew some of the dust away, it fastened onto other areas of the paper. So you will see later that when I go in with the black pastel and then blow the pastel away, it discolours an area of the sky, which I did cut out, but you will notice later on that there suddenly will be in the right hand corner of the sky a small black smudge there. So I have learnt that I should be more careful either in which direction I blow, or to pick the piece up and shake the dust off really carefully. That being said, this paper does produce a lot less dust than normal pastel papers, because it grips so much that a lot more of the dust is actually worked into the paper. So that is a benefit, and I don't think this is going to be a problem. I think it's just like, the first time I'm using it, so it's how you get used to your different materials. So anyway, to do the sky, I started off by blocking in the yellow and then the orange, and then I just worked backwards and forwards, adding the colour until I was happy with the blend that I got. And I carried on in the same manner, then blocking in the pinks and going backwards and forwards until I was happy. And then I was quite careful with the purple, because I didn't want it to overpower things. So I started off quite high up, and then I brought it down until I was happy, and then just finished it off with a touch of black up in the corners. And then after that I went in and just splattered some acrylic white paint over the sky, but you can't really see it at the moment. I then go back in later and add some larger dots with the white Koh-i-noor pencil, just to make it look more like stars in the sky. When I was done with the sky, I started adding the black, and the ground was no problem at all, although it was here that I made the mistake of blowing the dust over the sky. It was a little bit more scary drawing the silhouette of the unicorn. I'm not used to just going in directly and drawing things freehand. I always draw things with a pencil first, so because I didn't have that option here, I had to do it freehand. So I used a reference of a horse from Pixabay. I don't think it turned out too badly. Maybe the body is a little bit long and one of the legs at the back is a little bit angular, but I think it looks alright actually. I actually found that the pastel pencil was quite difficult to use here. It didn't really want to stick onto the paper in the same way that the pastel sticks did. I don't know if it's the quality of the pastel. I don't really know, but I ended up switching back to using the pastel sticks, but that did mean then I didn't have as much control over the details, because these pastel sticks are so soft that it's really hard to get a sharp point. And you will notice that later on the tree looks very odd, and that is quite simply because I gave up trying to use the pencil to add the leaves. It just sucked. I do think these pencils are great as a beginner, but I am hoping to upgrade in the future. I know I've seen, as I said, this piece was inspired by another YouTuber, and so I'm looking maybe to upgrade and buy some of the pencils that she uses. At the moment I'm torn between the Faber Castell pastels and the Stabilo Carbothellos. I've never used either, so if anyone has any experience of using them, please let me know in the comments which ones you prefer and why. That would be great. Otherwise I think I might just go and buy just maybe the blacks in both and see which one I like the best, so that before I jump all in and buy like a big set of pastel pencils, because they can be quite expensive, I might just test out with the blacks and do some more of these silhouette pictures and see which ones work the best for me. So that is basically it for today. I really hope you enjoyed watching me work with these pastels. If you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment. That's always really great to see what you think of my pieces. And if you want to see me do more of these pieces, I also work in pro markers and I'm trying to learn watercolours. That's always fun to see my disastrous watercolour pieces. If you like what you see, then please feel free to subscribe. I'd love you to come back and watch more of my videos. And yeah, hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!